All right, another mic video. This is the CA-72 Cobra that came in with that Cobra 2000 GTL. It's one of the compression mics. Yeah, I'm yet to actually hear one of these, or I should say use one, see how they sound, but this one's not working. So it does switch from TX, from RX to TX, but we have no output. So figure out what's wrong with it. Hopefully it's you know, not an element or you know, something that's, you know, impossible to find, but we'll figure it out anyway. But yeah, audio. Yeah, we got nothing. Pot was turned all the way up, got a good battery. That's the first thing you check on these microphones is the battery. But this one, I already tested it, and it's a good battery. I swapped out batteries with a brand new battery, and same, no audio. So we'll try to diagnose this one, see what's going on with it. So let me get the bottom opened up and take a look, see what's going on in there. All right, hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. All right, so I got you unscrewed these little feet from the bottom. That's what holds the bottom in. Let me get So it's actually a pretty simple circuit here. But one thing I noticed with this 9-volt connector here, it looks like at one point there was possibly a battery leaked or something, because there is a little bit of corrosion on the this little tab here for the 9 volts. You can kind of see in there. It's a little green death in there. So this is why don't we just start with the basics here, see if we're actually getting power up to the circuit board here. I think that would be the first thing to do before diagnosing anything else. So yeah, I already tested this battery, and we do have 9 volts. All right, 9.5. All right, so we got a good battery. So let's see if the voltage is making it up to the circuit board here, because that looks a little sketch. A 9-volt connector. I think I have a couple of 9-volt connectors, but anyway, let's see what we got for voltage, as the French say. Wow, 1.8 volts. That is no bueno. Let me just make sure I got a good connection here. Is that for real? Oh, it's 2 volts. Well, 1.9 volts. All right, so we definitely have an issue here. These wires, okay, everything seems to be, except for that green death in that connector there. Why don't I just desolder the positive and the negative, and just make sure that it's not something else putting a load, loading up that battery. You guys see? Somewhat. Yeah, maybe. Let's take this off. All right, that's one. Take the negative off too. Can actually do a check out the resistance, but let's see. Make sure we're getting 9 volts. Trying to keep everything in view here. Look at that, we're getting nothing now. What's going on here? A half a volt? Okay, hold on here. You definitely have issues with this connector then. Alright, this thing's knotted here, so prevent it from being pulled out. So try to get this knot out and feed this back through if at all possible. But there's definitely something wrong with this. I mean, that would explain everything. So let me try to undo this knot that they have here. And then we'll pull this connector out, because I have a feeling this is what's failed. There should be no reason why this isn't getting full 9 volts, obviously. But let's take this apart. Oh, look at this. Connector came right out. Yep. So we're having issues already with the connector here. So looks like there was some sort of glue or something on there. So yeah. So why don't we do this? Before I look for a 9-volt connector, I'm going to solder back a couple of jumper wires just so we can make sure that it was the connector before I go searching for a 9-volt connector. I got them somewhere, I don't know where, but just for curiosity's sake, put a new one on here anyway. But we'll jump a couple of alligator clips. We'll jump power to the from the battery to the circuit board, and we'll do it that way. Bypass this connector here. You guys can see that. Hopefully it's just green inside. You know, over the years of pulling this out, you know what I mean? Plugging a battery, unplugging a battery. These connectors are not the best. And then if you have a leaking battery, I mean, it just, you know, it just did it in. So, but let's do it this way. Let me get these wires soldered back on, and we'll take it from there. And at least we can diagnose a bad power. So, all right, there's one. We'll get the red back on. It's obviously just temporary. Okay. Get a couple of alligator clips here. All right, so we'll go green to black. Wow, this is even, it's not even, it's like the copper is black, so there was definitely issues with the connector. So anyway, I think that's clean enough to at least get a proper diagnosis here. So negative is the big guy. All right. yellow for positive. Positive is the little guy. All right, let's see if we're getting voltage here. Look at that. We got 9.5 volts now at the connector here. You guys can... Where's the glare? Oh man. Okay. Sorry, this workbench light is I gotta still figure out the lighting here on this this workbench. Okay, so now we got 9.5 volts at the circuit board. So that's where I was, right there, right where the power comes in. All right, before we were getting what, like 1.8 volts or something like that. I don't, whatever it was. It wasn't the full 9 volts. So now, let's do this very carefully. We'll plug this into the, let me get rid of this, now that we know we're getting the full 9 volts. So get that out of the way. And now, let's get this test center on. Okay, this is a 5-pin Cobra President style. And now let's see if we get any sort of modulation.
Audio. Audio.
We are not. Oh, that's why. Because when I soldered on the jumper, the other little wire came off. All right. Let me just disconnect the positive from here. That's why. Okay, good. I thought we had other issues other than that, but let me get this little red wire soldered back on. Okay. And now, let me move this. Let me try to get this a little bit better here. The best way to do this, I'll just hold it up, plug it back in. And gain is up. All right.
Audio.
Still nothing. Still got nothing. Wonder why here. What's going on?
Audio.
Still nothing. So now, what we should do is we can check this potentiometer, but I think we got to take the rest of the mic apart and check out what's going on with the rest of it. Maybe we have a broken wire elsewhere. So yeah, let me take the rest of this microphone apart and see what's going on. Stand by. All right, well, I'm the idiot. I do not have the positive hooked up. I was so concerned with getting this thing, making sure everything is not touching, that I forgot to hook up the positive again. So let's see if she's working now. All right. Guys, this is real-time stuff.
Audio.
All right. Turn the mic gain down.
Audio. Audio, audio, audio.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so it was definitely the connector.
Audio, 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 audio. Testing, microphone, testing. CA-72.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, we got it diagnosed. That was a pretty easy one. Kind of looked like an idiot there, but whatever. It is what it is. That's it's real-time diagnosing here. So, but yeah, so that's what it was. So I'll end up looking for a 9-volt connector. I know I got at least 1 or 2 around here somewhere, and I'll put one of these on, and that's it. Really, what I'll end up doing is I'll end up taking the rest of the microphone apart, and just making sure everything is okay wiring wise, making sure there's no weird solder, and yeah, that's about it. So that was an easy fix. So start with the basics. Start at the battery, you know, put a fresh battery in. If that doesn't solve the problem, you know, continue on from there. So we started off with the connector, and then we went right to the circuit board. You know, we realized, obviously visually, you know, we saw that this thing was corroded. And then when we took it off, the negative did come off of that connector. And then bypassed the connector like that. And yeah, so we got it working again. So if you guys have one of these, check out this connector first. Make sure you got 9 volts going to the, like I showed before. You want to make sure that there's 9 volts going to that little circuit board between the red and the black. And start there. Hopefully that's what the issue is, if you guys have one of these. So that was pretty easy, actually. So let me go look for a connector here, and we'll get this back together. Hopefully I have one. I'll have to find it. All right, stand by. All right, so I have a 9 volts battery connector here we're going to be putting in. I found one. Actually, I only had one left. But yeah, let's get that back on. So desolder this. Take this one out. And what I'm going to do is, instead of getting my desoldering gun out, I'm going to just use one of these cheap little sucker things. And suck up all that old solder. And yeah, put some fresh solder on with some flux, where you can make sure we got a good connection. All right. Making sure these wires are in good condition. All right, we're going to feed this through now. And I'm going to put a knot in it, so that way, kind of like what they had before, so that way when you go pull out to change the battery, you're not going to yank on the solder joint by mistake. So yeah, we'll put, that's a good length there, so we'll put a knot kind of like what they did. Doesn't have to be super tight, but that should be enough So is this okay like that? Yeah, that should be all right. Okay. And now let me get some flux. Don't need this anymore. And let's strip some of this off. All right. This is the no clean Kester. Stuff works the best, I find. Of course, there's different ones you can use, but when it comes to like resoldering stuff like this, you have these pads, like you had seen in the other video clip. It's best to just get rid of the old solder as much as you can. You're never going to get rid of everything, but you can probably get rid of like 90-95% of it. And that way you can have the best solder joint possible, you know. So but let's get these ends tinned. All right, and we'll put a little solder pad on that one, and we'll put more solder on the other pad. All right, and now we want to solder the red back on. It's tough trying to do this in camera in the frame, but I'll get it done. All right. Okay, positive is on, and now let's get this negative. This one, hopefully that won't pop off. Okay, there's two. So now, that should be it as far as getting this thing fixed. So let's put this on. And just get this temporarily on there like that. Okay, so now let's give her a test. Yeah, we're too close still.
Audio, 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 audio. Test, test, test.
All right, we got a working mic.
Audio, test, test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of feedback. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, 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 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, well, we have a working mic. And that was a nice, easy repair. And we can put this mic back together. Make sure we have nothing that's going to pinch. Kind of tempted to put a zip tie around this yellow and red, because it looks like it's already been pinched once or twice. So I'm going to put a zip tie around this black, red, and yellow. Try to keep them together. All right. And now we can close this up. Make sure that nothing is pinching. And I think we're good now. All right, we're good now. So let's get these little feet back on. Now, these things don't need to be super tight. You know, it's not a nuclear warhead. It's just feet for a Cobra microphone. So snug is good enough. Get them all in first, and then tighten them all up. Get them snug. That's it. So now, which way does this thing go? I think it goes this way. This thing is actually not working right. Oh, the little things are worn. The little tabs. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. But anyway, it'll stay. But they are worn. All right. So that's it. See if this. You know what? I should probably. Well, I had it apart. I should have cleaned out that this potentiometer, so I'll have to take this back apart again and clean that out. But anyway,
Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, we got a good mic. That's it, guys. This was a nice, easy one. Yeah, there you have it. Thanks for watching.